forgot to put the mocha pot on the stove and put a couple cats in the cat refuge. It's early, everybody. It's 5:30 my time. I am not ready to be awake, but I'm awake. I'm working. I've been up since 3:30. What's up, Berserker? What's up, Capone? Today we've got our Tauren groups starting in about an hour and a half. But I have to end right after that because Chris and I have basketball we gotta go do. That music's nice. It's a fun, cheery little piece of, I'm assuming, Mr. Pandaria tavern music. Cool. So rather than streaming from like 7 to 10 like I normally would do on a Saturday morning, I'm going to stream from like 5:30 till 8:30, more or less. Get a few hours in. Oh, that's definitely tavern music because it faded away as soon as I went outside. And they've got different tavern music now. Very cool. Alright, everybody, we are back to multi-streaming today, which means you can find me live on YouTube and Twitch. I want to thank everybody for being there for the last 3 days as I was doing the experiment over on Twitch, only streaming on Twitch for 3 days. I'd like to get that channel to partner this year, so we're going to be doing targeted stretches like that. And I'm going to start to do more and more of my... I did a couple of sessions over the last couple of days where I've been, instead of recording my Let's Play sessions offline, I did them over on Twitch and then cut those down. Like we did Outer Worlds for like a few hours the other day, and then those have been coming out on YouTube as the Let's Play episodes that are like 30 minutes long. So we're doing lots of things. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. For those of you who are over there, even though it was a little different, it's good to do different things from time to time. Business growth is important. All right. There's still hope. Go to the south. Go. Alright, I probably need to look for stolen supplies on the insides too, or not? Dude, that might be too many. I'll have to find out. Kind of gnarly, man. Ah, I aimed wrong.
It is too far away. I cannot attack that.
Man, I like the bubbling cauldron. They're smelting something.
am out of range.
I have some creepy sound effects around here, man. Oh, I missed the doorway again. What if I just aim a little bit to the right, left? It's a little better. Level 33 for the win. Ah. I think I've got all the dissenters. I just need one more. Yep. What am I looking for around here? A stolen ritual staff. Is it a body drop or is it an item somewhere? There's stabs there. I don't see any stabs.
I need to be
Is it off that name? It must be. I got them both. Crap. Oh, that's not good. I survived. Find Wu Peng. So horrible.
Next one is on me.
Luvater says, I'm an older guy. It's a long time since I played WoW. Is this retail? Is this the goal look now or to use any add-ons? I'm not using any add-ons, no. And this is retail. I'm doing a time walking campaign, but yeah, it's retail.
There is no hurry.
We're doing the Mists of Pandaria expansion. With this character. So I've been playing for, I think this character is about 2 weeks old, maybe? I just finished up a druid going through the Cataclysm time walking campaign before that. That was about 6 weeks. So I'm anticipating this one to be 2 to 3 months because the map is much bigger. Like, I was looking at the map the other day, and it's like, oh no shit. We spent 2 weeks just in the Jade Forest. And now we've got Kunlai's Summit, Veil of Eternal Blossoms. I mean, there's at least 2 months. I'll be all of probably March and into April to finish up Pandaria. Which is great, because while we're doing all the other stuff on our mains with the Dragonflight raids and stuff, I got plenty of time to go through stuff. So I'm thinking I can get through Pandaria, and then after this I'm going to do the Warlords of Draenor expansion. And that ought to get me up to the pre-patch. And then the only ones I'll have left will be Legion, I guess. It'll be the only one I haven't ever played. Well, let's cross that bridge when we come to it. Alright. Those two turned in.
You are most welcome. Slow down. Life is to be savored.
And also got his kit back for him.
Patience, patience.
I'm gonna take a pole arm. Wow, that's interesting. Now let's go halberd.
May your deeds live on in story.
Okay, where do I want to spend my point? Oh, hang on, that's interesting. Where did it go? Wasn't that one? Jade Ignition. Whenever you deal damage to a target with Fists of Fury, you gain a stack of Chi energy up to a maximum of 30 stacks. Using Spinning Crane Kick will cause the energy to detonate in a Chi explosion, dealing 166 nature damage to all enemies within 8 yards. It is increased by 5% for each stack of Chi energy. That's a very interesting combo thing you can do with your AoEs. That's very cool. I want to try the Storm, Earth, and Fire though. I can always redo it if I want to. Because there's lots of points in here that I can do towards that. So let's put that over. Yeah, we can put it RB. Can actually needs to be up top. Oh yeah, Luvitar. The game... So the question asked was, I'm considering trying World of Warcraft again, but I can only spend 2 to 3 hours, like 2 days a week. Maybe 4 to 6 hours. Is it worth picking up considering limited time? I would say yes, because... what am I doing right now? It's 5:30 in the morning. Like it's 5:45 in the morning. I'm playing. Single player. I don't need other people. I don't need, you know. The game, like 90% of the game is single player content these days, so you can just run it yourself. And then if you get, once you get to Dragonflight, which is the current content cap, the Dragonflight expansion, they have follower dungeons in Dragonflight now. So you can run the dungeons by yourself with NPC followers. So if you're on really limited time, doesn't matter. You could still play and see everything in the game other than raids with followers, right? And just by yourself. If you want to do raids, you can still do raids even because the looking for raid functionality exists nowadays. I don't know when was the last time you played. But anybody can just join the queue and join a pickup raid. And it's like the easiest difficulty possible. The mechanics sort of matter, but not really. And it's just 30 people, and you just go do that if you want to. But you don't have to. But you can do all of the game plus the dungeons completely solo. Like, so it doesn't really matter how much time you have. Like, if you're 6 hours a week, or, you know, let's say you'd only do 4. Let's see, 4 hours a week, you get 16 hours a month to play World of Warcraft if you played every... hang on, I gotta redo my math because you said 2 days a week. So, yeah, you're still getting 16... Yeah, that was right. You're still getting like 16 hours in a month of game time. Is that worth $15 a month? I fucking think it is. That's $1 per hour for entertainment. You're not gonna go see a movie for $1 per hour. You know, you're not gonna read a book for $1 per hour. So for, you know, dollars spent, I would say yes. But other people would argue that if you're only gonna play 4 to 6 hours a week, you should stick to a free-to-play game and not pay a monthly subscription. But those people are just cheapskates. Although I will say, if the budget thing is an issue, make sure to check out Star Wars: The Old Republic. It's free to play, and it's got a shitload of content. Hang on, be right back. I forgot I had I forgot I had coffee on the stove, on the mocha pot, and I was sitting here talking. All of a sudden, I was like, "Oh shit! I gotta go take that off." Smell of roasted coffee in the air.
The moment I first rose from the river, I knew I was destined to be the water speaker. I was taught many rituals and have performed all of them save one.
Alright. Let's complete the ritual. Speak to water speaker Garal. Dead inkle later rest ritual complete. Let's do this. Ruh-roh.
I need a target.
Oh, I clicked the wrong thing because I hadn't, I redid this. Okay, that looks cool as hell. How long does that last for? A few seconds. I'm gonna have to try that out a little bit more. I think I need to keep it up like that. I will travel into the mare with you. Pools of corruption clean.
I cannot attack that target.
No such thing as a stupid question. Only stupid people. So by asking a stupid question, you've now become smarter. You're no longer stupid people. Welcome to Sarcasm 101. You're fine. It's all good. Do I only have to buy a subscription and that's it? Or do I have to buy an upgrade? I checked my account and it says World of Warcraft Challenge. All you need these days is a subscription. So a subscription gets you... If I'm not mistaken, a subscription gets you everything up to Dragonflight. If you want to play Dragonflight, which is the current expansion, you need to buy that expansion. And that includes, like, you know, everything for that. If I'm not mistaken. I don't know, because I own Dragonflight and I pre-ordered the War Within, so I have all that stuff. But if I'm not mistaken, you just pay a monthly subscription and it gets you everything up to the current expansion, which is 20 years of content, 19 years of content, whatever. And then when you get to level 60, and if you want to do Dragonflight, then you buy the expansion. But at this point, you're better off just pre-ordering War Within, because you get Dragonflight included in that. You know, if you're going to spend 50, 60 bucks, you know, just pre-order the War Within, because then you get Dragonflight included. But you don't need to until you get to level 60, so get your feet wet, have fun. All you gotta do is pay the monthly sub. Good to go. No, that part, no. That part, the new dungeon followers are only for Dragonflight. So the current expansion. But what you do get is 19 years of expansions, so you can play through all sorts of past content as a single-player RPG, which is what I'm doing. Because I'm relatively new to Warcraft, so I never played through Cataclysm. I didn't play through Mists of Pandaria. I didn't play through Warlords of Draenor. I didn't play Legion. So I am playing through these past expansions and just treating it like single-player RPG. It's about 50 to 60 hours per expansion storyline content. So I'm very much getting my money's worth. You gotta spend 70 bucks on a AAA game these days to get 10 hours of entertainment, and I can get 50 or 60 hours of entertainment for, you know, whatever it is I pay, like $10 a month or something. No better deal. I can hear the voice of the mayor. It's been purified. We still need to defeat Shy. Up in here. Up in here? Up in here. Alright. Do you just gotta wait for that to fall, or what? So why is he immune? And what do I need to do to get his immunity down? We're missing something here. There's got to be a mechanic here that I'm just not understanding. So what if I stand in this?
It is too far away.
So how do I can interrupt that, but he's immune to everything. I'm genuinely curious. What's up? What's up, Daria? I wonder what mechanic I'm missing here. Is he still casting on me? Oh, and those are just going to keep coming back. Maybe I have to place this on one of these portals? See if that does anything. No, that didn't do anything. Portals are still there. What the heck? Your feeble attacks mean nothing. Ark, the hatred overwhelms me. Oh, okay, finally. It was just a matter of, I guess, outlasting him. Okay. I gotta say, this ability that I just got, the Storm, Earth, and Fire, that's kind of made me start to like this class a little bit more than I originally did. That ability is really cool, where you like phase into 3 different elemental types of energy and it does a whole bunch of extra damage. That is pretty fucking cool. I didn't really, I haven't really enjoyed You know, it's not that I haven't enjoyed it. It's like it hasn't felt that amazing to me. Like the monk has just been kind of like, meh. I needed to kill the little ones near him? Alright. Okay. Wow, alright, so the next quest I have is speak with Farmhand Bo. So that's going to take us a little bit further down the road. So let's go ahead and head on down. Oh, that cup of coffee was good. I gotta say, ever since I stopped drinking coffee immediately upon waking up and I wait a couple of hours, there is a difference. Like, I definitely notice the caffeine more. Daria asks if I would ever anticipate healing on the monk as a Mistweaver. I doubt it. I already have my druid set up to do restoration, and I've healed a few dungeons. Matter of fact, we did last Wednesday night. I ran those mythics. No, we didn't. We didn't do mythics. We did time walking. I ran the time walking as a resto, which is the first time I've healed in a long time. And that was sufficiently, like, I couldn't do it on a controller because I didn't have the controller set up to heal, so I actually had to go to my, I had to sit up at my desk and use the mouse and keyboard. And I was like, yeah, I don't think I'll want a main heal ever again. But I wouldn't mind occasionally healing with my druid. With my druid. Chi burst. That's interesting. Chi wave is really interesting. Hang on, I actually need to look at these because I don't know a lot of what we got here. I'm definitely going to want Fatal Touch. That's nice. But I got to spend 8 more points to even get there. And I'm definitely going to go for the Summon White Tiger statue. That's a badass AoE. But that's long term. Alright, we'll go to another rank of Fast Feet. Okay. Oh, you would watch that video? Cool. Long term, never say never, because in the creation of all of these alts, one of the things I'm doing is I'm preparing for the war within, because war bands are coming. So I know a lot of people have their alts already created because they've been playing the game for 20 years. I have not. I just started, with BlizzCon. So for me, I am literally in the middle of warband prep. And I think I'll be able to have 6 tunes ready. Let me count that. So I've already got my Ranger and my Druid at 70. And my Warrior. I've got 3 characters at level 70 who have done Dragonflight, other than my Druid who I boosted. I didn't boost him all the way. I played through Cataclysm, got him to 60, level locked him, played him for 6 weeks, got to Dragonflight, then I level boosted. So I have 3 characters at 70 already. I have this character that I'm working on. He's going to get parked. He'll be level locked at 60, and then I'm just going to park him. Once I'm done doing Pandaria, I'll be done with this character. Then I have my mage, who I'm going to level up next. So that'll be, having that character ready will be, my monk will be 4, my mage will be 5. So I'll have at least 5 set up for warbands. I don't know if I'll have time to level a 6th before then, but I might. Because my Paladin, my Tauren Paladin, is going to be 40 when we finish the experiment. And the question is, do I then take that character and do something with it to get it to 60? Do I like pick an expansion and go through it? Since he's already halfway there, you know what I mean? Like he's already towards the cap. So that might end up being the case, in which case I would have 6 ready for the War Within. But then when I get, as soon as the War Within drops and I can play an Earthen, I'm going to turn around and make an Earthen Death Knight. It's going to be glorious. It's going to be a lot of fun. Tis going to be a lot of fun. So, I know a lot of people have already got their alts set up, but for me, I'm in prep mode, so everything I'm doing throughout 2024 is to build the guild, build my Warcraft presence on Twitch and YouTube, build my alts up, get ready for the War Within. What's up, Bamboozler? Still having some PC problems? It's all good, man. It happens. But yeah, Warband prep, baby. That's what I'm all about right now. When does War Within start? We are assuming August-ish. We are assuming that the pre-patch is going to be late July, early August, and that it's going to be a September launch. That's the assumption. But no release date specifically yet. But yeah. Speaking of which, if you're new, couple notes. I multi-stream on YouTube and Twitch, so you can watch wherever you want to watch live. And I appreciate those of you who watch in both places at the same time, because it does help. We're burning our way towards partner on Twitch, so we got to get those numbers up. Thanks to those of you who tuned in for the experiment I did the last 3 days, only streaming on Twitch. I really appreciate it. We did 43 follows, 5 subs, and like 16 bucks, like $16 in bits, cheers, and subs over 3 days. It's a success. I mean, not big numbers, but it was a success. So we're going to continue to push more stuff towards Twitch and do some more exclusive stuff there. And the second thing is, if you want to come join us, we're on the Moonguard server. Tonight is raid night. We're going back into Amridrasil, and we're going to work on a couple. I think we'll do at least 2 more bosses tonight. These bosses are tougher because it's current content, so we've been averaging like 2 bosses per Saturday night that we go in. And we just pick up where we left off. We'll be back tonight. We almost had a full raid last week. We had 20. I think we had 28 people at the start of the raid. Then we were down to like 25 by the end of the raid, something like that. So we're getting there, and we do lots of stuff throughout the week as well, transmog stuff, etc. Bam says, "Good. I still have time to do what I want." Yes, you do. Carvac says the 2024 roadmap still says late summer, early fall, with the pre-patch earlier in the summer. Yeah, that's why I'm assuming with most people are that it's going to be similar to what we saw with like the Wrath Classic and Dragonflight. That was all like September. It was like a pre-patch in August, like 4 weeks before or something, and then the launch. So everything we are doing as a guild is preparing for that, because if you remember, the whole reason we started our guild in the first place was the War Within. Like Dragonflight was like, cool, we can work on Dragonflight, but really the reason we're here is to do the World Soul Saga. And those of us who, like myself, Lysander, who I founded this with, Kel, Maduros, Ulfar, Varangian, like the core leaders and everybody who joined us in the initial couple of weeks, and then since then, it's all been because we're ready for the next 3-4 years of Warcraft and doing whatever comes next. It blows my mind that a 20-year-old game can still draw these kind of numbers. And then I started playing retail, and I was like, oh, this is why. Like, this is a really good game. Like, I could only imagine what Star Wars: The Old Republic would be like if they had the numbers that Warcraft has. It's It's never gonna happen, but it would have been cool if it did. Because they, you know, they push out so much good content here with Warcraft, their cadence. Elder Scrolls Online does a good job too. Final Fantasy 14. I'm just not, I can't handle the ooh-woo. Somebody asked me the other day why I don't play Elder Scrolls Online, and I was like, I have played Elder Scrolls Online multiple times over the years. Not since I started streaming and content creation for full time though. The last time I played ESO was probably 2018, something like that. Maybe 2019. I maybe did some ESO in 2019. I've done it twice on the PC and once on the PS4, and I honestly sat here this morning and I was like, I wonder if I ought to get ESO installed on my Series X on my Xbox, and just I have there's a tickle in the back of my brain because I haven't seen some of the most recent expansions. And the good thing with games like ESO and World of Warcraft, Star Wars Republic, I'm always going to get decent numbers when I do videos and streams, and it's fun to catch up from time to time. So that might start to weave itself in this summer too. But I'm really, the struggle bus for me is that I know at some point we're going to get all these games that are back to back, and I'm not going to get any sleep for like 4 months because Star Wars Outlaws is coming, Fable is coming, Avowed is coming. No, I was talking Final Fantasy 14 is ooh-woo, bam, but I combined Final Fantasy 14 with the ESO in the same sentence, and so it might have sounded confusing. No, ESO is not ooh-woo. Final Fantasy 14 is ooh-woo. Oh, like ooh-woo? Like the waifu, you know, it's way too anime for me. It's way too Final Fantasy 14 is way too anime. I have fond memories of playing the Final Fantasy series growing up, and when I did even the remake, the Final Fantasy 7 remake, which I played on the PS4, I had a hard time. Not a hard time, but it was just like it was overwhelmingly like targeted towards that art style and audience, and I'm just not that. I'm not that audience. I'm just not that. Like the Tifa statues that came out afterwards, where she's like bent over with her skirt up in the air, and it was like, I just don't have that. That's not me. Like I don't get off on that. Like, sorry. Fable's gonna be good, but so we've got Indiana Jones, Avowed, Star Wars Outlaws, and Fable, none of which have release dates yet, and I'm gonna play the shit out of all those games. So I don't know when those are happening, and each one of those games is gonna be like 1 month of my channel, like, right? So it's like, I know I'm going to get at least a month out of Indiana Jones, at least a month. It might not be a full month. If those are 50, 60-hour games, that might be 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like, it might be 2 weeks. But then if we do a replay, you know, which we'll definitely... I'm definitely doing 2 playthroughs of Star Wars Outlaws. Sorry, guys. Like, just suck it up. Like, Jedi Survivor... Jedi Fallen Order I did 3 times. I've still only done Jedi Survivor once. I wanted to try to squeeze another playthrough in this year. But I don't know when. Star Wars Outlaws will get 2 playthroughs. Indiana Jones will get 1 immediately, and then I don't know if I'll do 1 right away, but I'll definitely do 1. I mean, I love Indiana Jones, so it'll definitely get 2 playthroughs. Fable, I don't know yet. Avowed, when Avowed drops, I love Obsidian Entertainment's games. By the way, if you're not paying attention, during my Twitch experiment the last few days, I started Outer Worlds, which I never played before. Ironically, I thought I had played every game Obsidian launched, and I forgot about Outer Worlds because I was busy when it came out. So I have gone back to Game Pass. It was on Game Pass, and I started playing it 2 days ago. Did like a 4-hour session on Twitch. It's coming out on YouTube right now as a Let's Play series, 30-minute episodes. I think we're already up to episode 6 or 7 or something, so make sure you check those out. Yes. Korvac. I'm a big fan of Game Pass too.
Speak up. Until next time.
I love Game Pass. My brother got Game Pass earlier this year, and he loves it. His wife got it with him, and so we've been playing Sea of Thieves on Sunday nights together for a while through Game Pass, and I think we're finally going to wrap that up at some point, and we're looking at what we're going to play next time. It might be Grounded. We might play Grounded, but there's some really good co-op shit through Game Pass, and that's one of the things. You know, all this console war bullshit got me really like, kind of like scratching my head, going, "What is up with you people? Like, what is wrong with your thinking? PS5's better, Xbox is better." Fuck all that. Like, I love the message that Xbox is sending with their, you know, with their current strategies, which is more games for more people played in more places. Like, everyone should be able to play no matter what device they're on, no matter what ecosystem. Like, we should be putting, you know, more games everywhere. And so, like, the announcement that certain titles were leaving exclusivity. Sea of Thieves coming to the PS5, huge news. All right, Grounded coming to the Switch and the PS5, huge news. Like, and these are Game Pass titles that have already been out there for a few years and are doing very well. So, you know, it's I like Game Pass. There's a ton of great co-op and stuff, and that's one of the things I really like about what they're doing is moving towards more co-op games and more, you know, online experiences that can be played anywhere with all the people you want to play with. It's gonna be good. It's good times for sure. I'm just a big fan of, you know, more games in general because I like to play video games, and to be honest with you, like I was talking about the other day, like we're in a slump right now because I'm playing a lot of older content on my channel, and so we're not, you know, my numbers for traffic are down across the board for a little bit because if you notice, I'm playing Outer Worlds, Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire, World of Warcraft, and a little bit of Baldur's Gate 3. So we're not playing any new games right now. And so, you know, a lot of the audience is off watching other streamers doing new things. But there was nothing I wanted to play that came out. You know, a lot of people are on the Helldivers 2 bandwagon. It looks awesome, but, you know, it just wasn't something I wanted to jump ship for. Looking ahead, I've got Dragon's Dogma 2. I definitely play Dragon's Dogma 2. So that's coming up in March. I don't know what's coming after that because there's no announcement dates for all the games that I've been talking about today. Like, I have no idea what's coming summer. Like, I'll finish Dragon's Dogma probably by, you know, mid-April, end of April. I'll finish Dragon's Dogma. What comes after that, I don't know yet. I literally don't know. There's some games that I would like to play if there's a content gap. Like, I would love to do a second playthrough of Jedi Survivor, but I would also like to play Hogwarts. I didn't play Hogwarts Legacy. So we'll see. There's also the, you know, there's the temptation to buy a PS5. I'm not going to do it. If I wasn't on a budget, I would do it, but I'm saving up for a new laptop right now, so I gotta stay resolute. Because mine's pushing 7 years old, so
Tell
it's
me of your travels.
it's about time.
You have the eyes of one who has traveled much. May you find mastery in your passions.
This poor beast runs Warcraft pretty good, but it's definitely getting old. So I just realized we've left, you know, we're on the plains, right? The Mongolian plains. I mean, they've done a very good job with the way they've taken real life geography for this.
What wisdom do you seek?
Challenge accepted.
Family, friends, food. These are what matter.
Oh, we got a cutscene. putting out the fires. Oh, I need to let people know I'm online. I can do invites if anybody needs invites.
Another job well done, friend. You should see if Mishka and Sully need you.
Alright. Not to be confused with the other Mongolian plains.
Adversity, our constant companion.
Ooh, am I finally getting some cool looking spalders? You know what? If I get a full set of this with like this wood, is that leather? Alright, if I can get a full set of whatever they're showing me right here with those shoulder pads look freaking awesome. Okay.
Remember, the king is counting on us.
Okay, so we might be getting a cool set of armor finally. Not that, I mean, I haven't gone in transmog in a while. The transmog set I have is really amazing. Oh, and in between all of that stuff, something else we have to think about is that when the War Within comes and the pre-patch drops, you know, I have to schedule that in as well. And like Stalker 2 is happening early September. There's going to be a period this summer / fall, I'm just not going to sleep. Just got to get ready to hunker down and go crazy with the content, because there's going to be a period of probably 6 months where everything's coming out at the same time. What I really hope doesn't happen is like I get 2 games that I really want to play that are happening like on top of each other within a week of each other, because that's never good.
Jade Serpent guide you.
Can I bind here at this?
Behold the wonders.
No,
of
I'm gonna stay
Pandora.
bound in the city. This is like an encampment.
How can I help you? Can you repeat that?
You got something to report? What do you need?
You are most welcome. May the Red Crane live forever in your heart.
Got another quest over here.
Slow down. Goodbye. Enough of that.
Alright, I think we've talked to everybody we need to talk to. Alright, I need to check a couple things here. Man, I cannot find. This is the problem with Discord sometimes when you put a message and you forget to sticky it. Alright. Alright, I'll be right back. Man, I could totally go for another cup of coffee. I'm gonna avoid it though. Chair stream? Hell yeah. Skywalker! Skywalker's here, everybody. Alright. Okay. By the way, I was mistaken on our start time. I was thinking we started at 7, but I think I'm wrong. I think we started at 8 Central for our pandas. I don't remember. I do too many things throughout the week. And that one's actually not in my Google Calendar. It's just, hey, every Saturday morning I do this thing. For some reason I was thinking it was 7 o'clock that we started, but I think it's actually 8. I'll know here in a bit if we get anybody that shows up. Alright, we need within here meaty bits and yaks. Alright, there's a yak over there. For everybody tuning in, here's some maintenance notes. Where do I leave this guy, by the way? Right over there. Streaming daily, YouTube, Twitch, together. But I'm putting more and more focus into Twitch this year for streaming purposes. Because it just makes good business sense. If I can get Twitch partner on top of YouTube partner, it's more good things for the business and the brand. So, if you're not already doing so, make sure to follow over on Twitch. Multi-streams are happening pretty regularly. We schedule things out. But I'm starting to do all of my offline recording as online sessions. So rather than doing those offline, when I go like record 30-minute episodes of Baldur's Gate 3 or Rogue Trader or something like that, I'm starting to do those on Twitch at random times throughout the day. Speaking of which, Skywalker just subscribed at tier 1 over on Twitch. Thank you for that. Appreciate the subscription, the support. So like we did the Outer Worlds the other day for about 4 hours, and I'm the patch for Rogue Trader seems to have fixed a lot of the issues that I was having with optimization, for at least for the moment where I'm at in Act 2 and Act 3. So I'm starting to dabble my feet again. I think we're around 50 hours into gameplay. I was up to episode 60 in my Rogue Trader playthrough, and as long as everything looks good, I think we're going to pick that up again, and we're going to continue to play that and put that as Let's Play sessions. Outer Worlds, Baldur's Gate 3, and Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire, and yeah, those ones are all going on, doing those randomly throughout the day on Twitch. Anytime I have like an hour and a half of spare time, hour and a half, I jump on, and usually what I do is I just will be like, okay, I'm done with chores, Chris is taking a nap, the cats are good, I have an hour of spare time, I don't need to produce any guides, let me go record a couple of episodes of whatever game I need to add to the rotation. And now instead of doing that offline, I'm streaming that to Twitch. So the day-to-day guides, like we're doing right now, I'm trying to do, like I think yesterday we did 12 videos on YouTube. Like I'm trying to do videos like every hour if I can, but throughout the day doing lots of stuff. So I'm starting to just add more of what I would do anyway. I'm doing offline. I'm doing that on Twitch. So make sure to follow along over there. I'm pushing for partner pretty hard. I want that by the end of the year. It doesn't have to happen right away, but I do want it to happen by the end of the year. And that's a big deal. You got to get 75 viewers concurrent for several months, and those is big numbers. We got to get mo. So we're doing lots of promotion too right now, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna put out a job posting soon. I wanted to wait until I could just pay a flat salary, and then someone was like, why? Go look at how all these other guys are paying their YouTube editors, and they pay them a percentage of the YouTube profits. And I went, what? And I went and looked, and sure enough, you know, we've got Destiny, Asmongold, a lot of these big streamers and content creators are just sharing the revenue from their YouTube channel with their editors. So we're probably going to be doing something like that. Hang on a second. Sorry, Chris had to ask me a question. So for those of you who are tuning in, if you ever wanted to do video editing and learn how to do all the stuff that I do on a daily basis, which is a lot of video editing. Like 85% of my job is video editing. Cutting things down into YouTube shorts, TikTok shorts, clips for 15-minute segments, 10-minute segments, 3-minute segments, 2-minute segments. If you wanted to get into that kind of stuff and you want to make a little bit of scratch, stay tuned, because I will have a job posting up soon. Gentleman Bronco says, how's the roof repairs going? I actually just recorded a video last night. It hasn't gone out yet on the it was supposed to go. I'm going to program it out today or tomorrow on the Homestead channel. But last night we patched above my office. So we put the concrete patch on. I shouldn't say we, it was Chris. I helped her take stuff up there, but I was streaming last night. No, I wasn't. What was I doing? Oh, I was playing my Minecraft session with my brother and my nephew, which I record. One of the episodes is going out today. The next episode is going out tomorrow. We did an hour-long session. We're in Icewind Dale in our D&D session in Minecraft. It's a lot of fun. Really cool stuff. So don't forget to check that out. But while Chris was doing that last night, she went up about 4 o'clock and finished up about 7. And she was just patching. But she patched all above my office and a bunch of other stuff. So we will know next time it rains if those patches hold or not. But we're probably going to do one more deep clean after the next rain. And then we might borrow a pressure washer. Well, what I mean by that is I think the next time it rains, I think we're going to borrow a pressure washer from her sister. And do a pressure wash. And then I think we're going to buy the waterproofing and do that.
I do not have a target.
Can I not? Okay, those do give me meat bits. Man, that spell is just so cool. That has totally changed the way I play my monk. Like, it totally changed the feelings of my monk. This right here. Running around in spirit form. That's so awesome. I can't wait to do additional specs with that, because there's some other things I can do with it that I haven't done yet. Oh, this one might be. Did I pull too many? Did I pull too many? No, we're good.
Closer.
My job post will be a YouTube video, and then there will probably be some sort of an application form. Skywalker says, how's the monk? I want to eventually get to every class, and this is one I haven't done much with. But so I'll tell you what, I was saying this earlier today. I just got this ability today, Storm, Earth, and Fire. Up until this point, I was kind of feeling it was like kind of like a generic. It felt like a generic melee DPS class. I'm not having, like, it's not my favorite class. I love the storyline, and that's what I'm here for. I chose to play a Pandaren monk because it made sense from a lore perspective to do that. It's not my favorite class. However, getting Storm, Earth, and Fire was the changing point. I don't know what it is about this ability that makes me, it finally makes me feel like I am a And by the way, I'm not wearing my transmog outfit. Like, I need to get that switched over, so that makes... But I feel like it's fun. There's lots of different ways to play it, but this ability right here... Here, I'll run a video. Let's grab a few of these. Grab this. So I can, when I go over into this form, and I've got these 2 additional forms with me that are doing... Look at all the damage. It just feels so cool, and then finish it off with a touch of death, and it's like, oh, so good. Yeah, it really does feel like now that I got that secondary ability to just transfer over, and there's a bunch of places where I can spend points to enhance that ability, do more damage with one than the other elemental stuff. So that's the Storm, Earth, and Fire, and then I was like looking over here and like, yeah, this one. Every 2 chi you spend reduces the cooldown of Storm, Earth, and Fire. The duration is extended for every chi you spend. There's all these things you can do to make that even better. So I can't wait to further spec down into the DPS line. So I mean, I feel like maybe getting to level 30 was the turning point, because up to level 30 I was just kind of like, meh. But since level 30, I felt like the monk is much better. See, I don't get tax refunds. Since I pay all my own taxes, my objective is to, you know, I got a bunch of deductibles and stuff, but I don't get a tax return because technically I owe the IRS money every year. Because I hold my taxes out, and then my accountant says you owe this much, and I just pay that. I mean, occasionally I've gotten back $15, $30 because I overpaid something somewhere, but I haven't had a tax return in 20 years. I've been freelancing for a long time.
What wisdom do you seek? Go down. Life is to be savored.
What wisdom do you seek?
Everybody's a different stage of broke. I am what I call asset rich and cash poor. But that's because I choose not to borrow money. So Chris and I live a debt-free lifestyle. That's a choice that we made. So we own our home, we own our land, but don't have gobs and gobs of cash. But debt-free is a good place to be. Rescue the slaves. Oh shit, I got two. My health is low. No! stun this bad boy.
I cannot attack that target.
What do I still need from over here? Cast iron pot, probably. Oh! Hoo-hoo. I'm gonna get ads. That guy right there is coming. Touch of death. Eat my fist. Oh, I clicked the wrong button. Oh no, and I pulled an ad. Maybe I didn't. Okay. Oh no, that's a big boy. Cookie McYungle. He was the cook. We're totally stealing his pot. Oh, stole his pot, dude. Oh. Car payments, says Kovac. We don't own a vehicle.
You are most welcome.
I sold my truck in 2007 when I sold all my tools and shut down my construction company, and I haven't owned a vehicle since then.
Family,
We wouldn't
friends,
mind. I think I would like a car.
These are what matter most.
Chris is very adamant that we don't need a vehicle, therefore we're not buying a vehicle. And I have concurred. It's not a need, so we don't spend money on it. But I wouldn't mind having a car because since we moved out to the countryside, you know, we're 2 hours away from the city. So I mean, you could definitely get to the city. It's not difficult. Great public transportation here. There's multiple bus systems. The new train they've just put in, the Mayan train, comes right by through here. So we have lots of options if we want to go to the city. But it's not the same as just being able to jump in your own car and go. There is a level of convenience to that, but you pay for that convenience with vehicle registration, vehicle maintenance, insurance payments. Even if your car is paid off, you still have all of those expenses. You have your taxes for your plates, any registrations that you have to do, those are more taxes. There's the insurance, new tires, new brakes, new oil, gas. It's my mother-in-law explains it. I love the way she talks about it. She's like, having a car is like having another wife. It's like she's gonna want shoes, she's gonna want clothes, she's gonna want you to take her out for dinner and put food in her belly. It's like, fuck, that's a really good way of thinking about it. It's like having a mistress. It's just gonna drain money from your bank account. I was like, that is really funny. It's true though. I mean, I needed it when I had a construction company, but I've lived in major cities since then, so this is the first time I haven't lived in a major city since 2008. So, you know, 15 years or whatever, I've not needed a vehicle. I still don't need one, but man, there are some times it's like we'd love to go to Costco and just be able to have that be a 5-hour trip instead of a 7 or 8 hour trip, you know, because if you're doing transport, you gotta take the schedules that the bus offers, and then you get there and you gotta get an Uber or a taxi, and then you gotta take an Uber and taxi back to the station, and then from the station back to your home, and another taxi from that station to your house. So it turns into a, you know, you're waiting 10 minutes, 15 minutes here or there for taxis and Uber drivers, and buses and everything else. And, you know, it adds time to a trip. But otherwise, it's not that big of a deal if we need to go to the city. We haven't been to the city in, I bet it's been a year. No, it's been longer than that. No, it was about a year, because I went up, I used to have a second bank account with HSBC, and I went and closed down my HSBC bank account last year. And the reason is because there used to be an HSBC branch in the town where I lived, and they shut the branch down. And once they shut the branch down and my nearest branch was like 2 hours away, I was like, well, screw that. I don't want to use that bank anymore, because it's inconvenient for me now to have to go all the way. You know, if I want to do anything at the branch, I got to go 2 hours and 2.5 hours into town. I was like, screw that. So I just went and closed down my HSBC account last year. And I think that was the last time we were in the city. It's got to be a year ago, if not a little over a year. Yeah, it's difficult making public transportation work for a lot of people's jobs if the city that you live in doesn't have competent public transportation. Now that's one of the nice things about most major cities, is that they're going to have a competent public transportation system.
You got something that
because
needs
in between
fixing?
Lyft and Uber and taxis
the
and
right
metros
tool
and
for the
trains
job.
and all those things, like, you should be able to get around, but some places make it more difficult than others. Unnecessarily
This land
so.
tests us, friend. Another job well done, friend. You should see if Mishka and Sully need you. The Alliance must prevail.
Looks like we're going down the road. What are we looking for? Terracotta warriors or guardians destroyed. Oh, there's live ones down here. Something just shot light down from up there onto this creature. It's gonna shoot light onto this one now? What is it doing? Oh, it's turning them to light. One more, and I dinged. Oh, he turned. Boo.
I cannot attack that.
Alright. Where do I want to spend my point? I want to make this even better, so... Yes, please. Death touch. Bam! Death touch is such a cool ability. Ah. So what's with the glowing sparkles that I'm seeing on all that territory on the other side of those mountains ahead of me? There's a walled gate there, right? And then mountains, and beyond that is like glowing sparkle. Someplace I haven't been yet, so that's interesting.
Tell me of your travels. May you find mastery in your passions.
So are these... That helm is interesting. I'll take haste and mastery.
May the red crane live forever in your heart.
I cannot use that.
Oh, it's plate, that's why. Pandoran prisoners.
Family, friends, food. These are what matter most.
You got something to report?
Let's have some fun.
What you need?
Alright.
Greetings. Is anyone in need of medical aid?
I hope not.
Good to see you, friend. We must... Another job well done, friend. You should see if Mishka and Sully need you.
I do like this pole arm that I've got. Other than I don't like the way it sits on my back. It looks great when you have it in your hand, but it sits way too high. I just realized that my camera filter is not on the way it's supposed to be. There we go. It had the white filter on, which makes me look all pale. I promise I'm not that pale in real life. This is my normal skin color. I'm a little ruddy-hued pink. I'm not the white pasty creature that the camera showed. Although I am very white for where I live. Alright, let me go check a couple things while we're sitting here. I need to go check some stuff on the tube. On the YouTube. Alright. Back up into that area. definitely gonna need to come over here because we've got things we gotta get. That wasn't close enough. Or was it? Yeah, that wasn't close enough. Wait, was it close enough? Hang on, did I grab that? I did not. Collecting. Alright, I'm a little confused. It's not showing it. Let's go over here to the next one. What is that?
I cannot attack that target. Okay, that time it gave me a bomb. It did not give me a bomb. For the other one, which is weird. So, let's go back over here and try that one again. That time we got credit. Okay, cool. I wonder if I can grab a bomb again or not. Because the other one wouldn't let me grab the same bomb twice in a row. Nope, that one won't let me grab it either. So I gotta find different bombs to pick up. Why is this thing glowing? Some sort of a clickable item. Up. All right. One more boss and one more oil rig.
The clickable item is the way they told the lore in Mist of Pandaria. Okay, so like journals, like lost journals and stuff. I found a couple of them. I wasn't sure, you know, other than just lore. That makes total sense now, though. Okay. Oh, now we need to kill the Warbringer. So that makes it last a lot longer now that I've got those abilities spec'd into it. That's cool.
I do not have a target.
Alright, we gotta go find this guy over here. In a cave? Of course he's in a cave. Hoya! Ruh-roh. Floor is lava. Floor is lava. Come on.
I am out of range.
So much going on right then. We survived. Alright, we're about 45 minutes out from the Tauren adventures. What's up, Babylonia? There's one of our moo-moos showing up now. Babylonia, Lysander,
The Alliance shall prevail.
the second
The
moo-moo.
soldier's duty is never done.
I'm gonna have to check these because... What do they look like? I mean, the spear is not better than what I have.
We
but
mustn't
we'll take
fail.
it. Alright, we just added another achievement in terms of progression.
I get the right tool for the job.
What wisdom do you seek?
Oh, so he's finally going to push me beyond the wall. In the Taolong Steps.
May the red crane live forever
So is that-
in your heart.
Is that beyond that wall? No, that's somewhere else. Behind that wall. Alright. Oh, we got multiple quests here.
Good to see you, friend.
Speak to Shadow Master Chong.
The soldier's duty is never done.
Musk
Until
Hall
next
Ranch. These are all breadcrumbs.
Hello, can I help you? Is anyone in need of medical aid?
Stop moving
How can I help
away.
you? Can you repeat that?
Alright, I have a flight point already up there, right? Or not? That's probably the closest. The shadow pan is right there. Well, I had a cup of coffee hour and a half ago. Almost 2 hours ago. But I tell you what, I could use another. I'm not gonna do it though. I cannot get drawn back into that cycle of drinking like 4 cups of coffee every morning, 2 more cups at lunch, and then 2 more cups in the afternoon. I'm allowed 2 a day right now. That's my. They're not coffees. I make espressos, so it's like a double espresso. I get 1 in the morning, and then I get 1 more in the afternoon if I want it. That's it. I'm better than all right. I get to do this for a living. There are worse things I could be doing, so yeah, I'm doing all right.
Serve so others do not have to. Watch the shadows.
Collect 5-lane rage edge.
Beware the western wind.
Fence. I've already lost the town.
The wall must stand.
Alright, let's check a couple things before I click beyond that door. For everybody who's new this morning, don't forget I'm multi-streaming on YouTube and Twitch, so you can follow along live in both places and support where you can. Super chats and memberships on YouTube, bits, cheers, and subs over on Twitch. And if you could do me a solid and you like what you see here today, make sure to watch in both places. We're currently working our way towards Twitch partner. We've got a long way to go this year, though. Pretty well established on YouTube already, but we are growing the Twitch. Thanks to those of you who were here the last 3 days during the Twitch experiment. It's pretty good. We had good results. We'll be doing it again soon, so stay tuned. Tonight's raid night. We'll be going back into Amruddersil, working on a couple more bosses. And then we got the Taurens. We play our Tauren adventurers every Saturday morning. Myself, Maduros, Lysander / Babylonia, Kel, and Liart. We might be down Kel this morning. He sent me a message. His wife's got a flat tire on the side of the road, so he had to go out and help her, and he's not sure if he's going to be back in time. Real life takes priority. Actually, I don't know if it's a flat tire. He just said wife's car is on the side of the road. Gotta go help her. Good luck, Kel. Remember that conversation we were having about cars earlier? That's another. I do not miss. I remember one time, went to work. This is up in Steamboat Springs, Colorado, years and years and years ago. And I went to work, and I had a little Mazda extended cab 4x4. It's like a Ford Ranger. I mean, Ford owned Mazda at the time, so it was the same body model, engine, everything. It was the same thing as a Ford Ranger. It's just called it a Mazda. And I had a little 4x4 extended cab. And freezing cold. It snowed like 3 feet in a day. It was just one of those days where it was just snowing. And we were at work on these townhouses. And I came out of work at the end of the day. It was like 3:30 in the afternoon. It's still snowfall, freezing cold, like 10 degrees. And I got a flat fucking tire. And I literally had to shovel my truck out, and then I had to, after I shoveled the truck out, you know, had to then go change a flat tire with the hand jack. Sucked. Ain't no mic bug, mate. It's something on your end, because my mic is working just fine. I'm looking at the Streamlabs audio levels. We're completely fine. So make sure to check your YouTube volume.
Choose freely.
I need to target something first. I do not have a target.
Oh, I got another quest that just showed up over here somewhere. What am I missing? Says blind rage essence. Aha!
Greetings.
Ooh, it's a toy box.
May your days bring you joy.
Speak up.
Let's get you out of here.
Enough of that.
Is he carrying two big barrels? He totally is.
Too far away. I am out of range.
Oh, I need those for essences. Okay. Good to know. Old lady fool.
Welcome, wanderer.
I cannot attack that.
Yeah,
You
Firebird.
have the eyes of one who has traveled much.
We need one more rage essence. I need 4 more of the rage-infested dudes. Alright.
We are the sword in the shadows.
We are the swords in the shadow.
Watch the shadows. We We serve so others do not have to.
Tiger Palm also flies Eye of the Tiger. That's nice. I'm gonna want that for sure. I don't care about Provoked. I don't care about that either. Take Dance of the Wind. I mean, it's passive. That's so cool. Like, the passives are always going to be better, man.
What is it? Beware the western wind. The wall must stand. Beware the western wind.
Hang on, I need to see that little barrel.
Stand.
That's kind of cool. It's cute more than anything else. It's a brew? Can you drink it? You totally can, and now I feel tipsy. That's cool.
We are the Watchers.
Simply killing Kobai will accomplish nothing. Lure him into the blinding rage trap, steal the mask from him, and defeat
Watch the shadows.
No! Go back! I did the wrong thing. Oh, I like how they keep aggro. I didn't know they would do that. Oh, I screwed something up.
I need a target.
I need to steal his mask. I screwed that up. I needed to use that on him before he was dead. So we're going to have to hold tight. Wait for the respawn. I screwed that up. Wonder if he's a fast respawn or a slow respawn. I'm gonna be right back, everybody. What's up, Boudreaux? Alright, let's try this again. Okay, I did it right that time.
I cannot loot that.
Pandaria conceals a great darkness. We serve so others do not have to.
The battling in Shah is eternal. We cannot leave this place. Alright, we need to speak to Lindsay and Winter's Blossom at Kunlai's Summit. So all roads are leading to Kunlai's Summit eventually. Hang on. What's up? Eso es lo que pasa cuando tienes muchos animales. Pues... Vamos. Let's go around down here because I kind of want to clear the bottom half of this zone. Or is this not all one zone? That's... Chose Missive, Muskov Ranch, Temple of White Tiger, to Winter's Blossom. I mean, all of these are... Let's go here. Let's go beyond the wall. That's Taolong's Steps. No, let's ignore that one. Well, no, I need to focus on the ones in the summit because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's ignore the ones in the summit for now. Let's go beyond the wall because the summit we could save for last. I don't think it matters. About 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes, I'm going to move over to the Tauren. This wall is very impressive. Let's just fly straight up for a second, just to get a sense of the scope. This is what I want someone to just pay attention to this, because look at this place. Look at how just the world design here. I mean, as much as I talk about, you know, I love Dragonflight, like this is. When this was released, think about what the competition was. The competition was only EverQuest 2. I'm sorry, that's not competition. EverQuest 2, as much as I loved that game, never did anything that was nearly as spectacular in terms of world building. Plus, everything in EverQuest 2 was still broken down into zones, and World of Warcraft was seamless. So I'm beginning to understand even better now how and why World of Warcraft was able to get to 12 million subscribers when other games were only getting, 300, 200, 300,000. Like, no one was doing what this game was doing. That's just, from an engineering perspective, it's freaking staggering.
The Shadowpan welcome you.
Welcome to Town Long Steps.
Hold fast against the shadow.
Go down the hill and show the young ruler
Stay
he will not
focused.
back down.
Alright, I need a flight path. We can do the introduction quest here, and then I'll move over to the Torrent. Thick leather, baby! What do we need thick leather for?
Target something first.
Oh no! Health! Oh no! My health! My health!
I cannot attack that target.
I wasn't paying attention. Alright, hang on. Let's get away. Alright.
I need to be closer. I cannot attack that. I cannot attack that target.
We shall never yield. Our fellowship is our strength.
Alright, this is going to give me multiple
Remain
quests for this
centered,
area.
my friend. Do not succumb to the
Which is fine.
darkness.
I'm going
There is a
to park
situation.
myself in the tavern here so that I can be earning some rest XP. And I am going to make the switch over to the Tauren. I didn't have any problems running it when it launched. EverQuest 2, that is. I will say that my computer at the time, which was fairly decent, only ran it at like medium to high like mid-high settings. I was not able to run it at max. I don't think anybody was able to run it at max. But I didn't have any problems though when it launched. But I had bought a computer like the summer before the game came out, so like maybe 3 to 4 months before EverQuest 2 launched. I specifically went and bought a new computer because I had it pre-ordered and I knew I was going into it, so that may have been the differentiating factor. Do 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 do. Hokadoke. We be switching over, everybody. Preparing to do some Tauren adventures for the next... Well, technically we're still out from start time. We're still like 20 minutes out from start time. But we'll go on the Taurens for about an hour or so, and then I'm going to the market. I got stuff to... We're going to go play basketball again. So, I finally found... So, Chris has been a trooper over the years. Chris, if you've seen Chris on any of my streams or any of the Homestead channel stuff, Chris does not need... She's a beanpole. She's been a beanpole her whole life. She gets that from her dad. And her mom are both skinny. She can eat whatever she wants. She doesn't need to exercise because she does tons of physical labor around the homestead. Chickens and cleaning and, like, you know, she does everything here. I cannot shout out enough to my wife for taking care of everything around here, allowing me to sit here and grow the business and stream all day and do, 18 hours a day of video creation and all the things that I need to do to grow the brand and help us make money. So shout out to my wife. But she does not need to exercise for the purpose of exercising. I do. I sit here and I have my mom's genes. My mom's side of the family is heavy. And so I struggle with being a little on the pudgy side. And Chris has always been very willing to go do certain exercise stuff with me. Like, yeah, I'll go running with you, even though she doesn't like to run that much. Yeah, I'll go to the park and, even though I don't really like to go do squats and jumping jacks and all the things. But she did buy a jump rope. She likes jump rope. But I think I finally found, we bought a basketball for Christmas and we finally started going to the park and playing with the basketball. And that's every morning now. I'm going to go bring Chris in here if she's available. Who won basketball yesterday? Who won? She won basketball yesterday. Who won the day before that? Her. Who won the day before that? Yeah, we've done 3 days in a row now. And you won the first day too. She wins. Like I haven't touched a basketball since high school. Yesterday we did pretty good. Yesterday we were at like 30 minutes and we were actually running around and I can't dribble for shit. No, I did do better yesterday, but you still I did sink 3 in a row yesterday, but she sank 4 in a row and did like 5 in a row the day before. So, but I was saying you don't like to go running, you don't like yoga, you don't like going to the gym, but you do like basketball. So I think we've discovered the thing that's going to be basketball every day. So we're going to do basketball as soon as I wrap up today, because usually we've been doing it at like 7 o'clock in the morning, but today I had to do Warcraft. Love you. I might kick your ass today. It was quite funny because we've been trash talking. And so I'm sure everyone, the first day we went a few days ago, there was an event that was getting set up. So it was all these parents there with their kids. Little like 6-year-old kids, and they were all dressed up and they were getting ready to do an event. And she started trash talking me in front of all the kids. Started trash talking. So I had to start trash talking back. And it was funny because it's not every day that I think a lot of the people who live here see a person who's not Mexican speaking Spanish. Because I started trash talking back, and there was like 4 or 5 of the adults who were just like watching, and they were just laughing. They were listening to us trash talk. But she started it. It is definitely traveling. Yeah, I can't travel for squat. Dude, you know what I noticed yesterday? So yesterday, like the first 2 days we went playing basketball, it was mostly just remembering how to shoot the ball and like remembering how to dribble a little bit and just getting used to it again. Yesterday we actually took it up a notch and we actually played a little bit of one-on-one. And so there was running around and we were both. There was like a point where Chris was like, "All right, I'm done. One more shot." I was like, "Yeah, I'm feeling pretty burnt too." But what's funny is like trying to run and dribble and then go to shoot, even if it's just a layup or something. Like I could not run, keep my eyes up, and dribble at the same time. I couldn't do it. I had to look down as I'm running and pay attention to where the ball was at, and then it felt so disorienting. And then get up to the basket and shoot, or whatever, do a layup or something. But these days they just call it the NBA. Boom! Yeah, it's considering she actually really likes doing this. I'm always looking for an excuse to do cardio, and I hate doing cardio by myself because cardio is. I don't mind like a rowing machine if I've got or an elliptical if I've got like a show I want to watch, like a 30-45 minute episode, but I don't have an elliptical or a rowing machine at the house, and there's no gym here for me to go to. So it's been a real struggle to go out and do cardio because it's like Chris doesn't need to do cardio because she does enough. And so she's always usually tired whenever I'm ready to go do some cardio, but she actually likes basketball enough that it's an excuse to go out. It was totally graceful, Boudreaux. I have the grace of an elf who's lived with the dwarves for 30 years and got used to drinking ale. Alright, I need to get in the Discord here. The voice chat. Because that's where all the cool kids hang out.
Morning, sir.
Morning. Morning, morning. Alright. Kel's possibly not making it. Said his wife's car was stuck on the side of the road, so he had to go do an emergency help the spouse.
Yeah, that's what you were saying earlier. Everything's all right. I know cars annoy me, so.
Yeah, we were talking about it the other day because we could probably buy a car this year if we wanted to. I had to dip into the savings though to build the patio roof, so it was like, and then we're having to dip into that again to do the maintenance, do the waterproofing and stuff. So that right there was like half of a car, half of the money we'd saved up for a car. So it's like, nah. What we were talking about the other day is like, what do we realistically still need? And it's like, well, we probably still need to build out a garage, because otherwise my car would just have to sit out on the street, and I don't want to leave a car sitting out on the street just because people can be stupid. One thing I've noticed culturally, outside of like, I don't know how it is in Canada because I've never been to Canada, but in the US, I don't know that I've ever seen like people don't, well, maybe it is and I just never saw it, but like people who just like lean on cars that aren't their own and like sit on cars and stuff. It is I don't know if it's a cultural thing here, but like everywhere I've ever been here, same thing in Bulgaria, and Colombia and Greece and Italy and Spain. Not so much Spain. Spain was a little less, but like especially Latin America, like in Eastern Europe, people will just be like walking on the street, like 4 or 5 group of friends or whatever, and they'll just stop. If your car's parked under a shade tree, they'll just stop. Everybody will like sit on the hood of your car. They'll put their drinks on the hood of your car. They'll leave trash on the hood of your car, like after they've eaten their snack and going along your way. So you end up with all these dings and scratches and people twisting your mirrors because they're bored while they're sitting there talking with their friends. And it's like, there's no point in having a nice vehicle or anything that's new. Looking cute in my jammy says that happens a lot here in Sweden. I feel like it is a very like in the United States that never happened, but everywhere I've been outside of that. And so I've always been reluctant to spend more than a few $1,000s on a vehicle if it's going to be parked out of the street, because it'll invariably get dinged, scratched, and other sundries. So we'll see. But we do have an area I could convert. It's supposed to be for a garage, but it's just an open plot of land right now with a brick wall in front of it. I don't know. I could always buy a motorcycle too, but that terrifies me. In a good way.
Motorcycles are fun.
Dude, I love motorcycles. The issue is that the way people drive around here and all the drunk driving and everything makes Chris incredibly paranoid. It's like, yeah, but it's not like we'd be driving it during rush hour. We could go cruise around the backcountry roads with the drone and the cameras. You could buy a nice bike for $5,000. You don't have to spend 10.
I wonder if the potholes are worse there or here in Denver.
They're about the same, to be honest with you. I will say this. One thing I learned, we did a road trip. This has been years ago when we were moving our stuff from Cancun to her mom's place before we moved to Mexico City. We had to put a bunch of stuff in storage because we weren't taking it with us. And we borrowed my brother-in-law's truck, but then we also rented a car When I rented the car, we did the trip during the day. It was like a 12-hour drive, and we did that trip during the day. And we just said we were going to go back and get the next load, the final load, and we left at like 7 or 8 o'clock at night. And everybody had always told me don't drive at night if you can avoid it on the non-toll roads, because the road conditions are quite bad. So we had come in on the highway on the non-toll road during the day, and it was fine. On the way back, it was drizzling a little bit, and we were driving, and we came out of this town. We went up a hill, and I was accelerating because we were out of town. Came up with the hill, and we're going down the hill, and I'm starting to speed up. And all of a sudden, I see, like somebody's got their emergency blinkers on ahead of me, and so I slow down. And even going slow, I almost went into it. But a pothole, or not a pothole, a sinkhole had opened up in the right-hand side of the road, like a full-on 4-foot wide, 6-foot deep sinkhole. And somebody, the guy in front of me, had literally hit it with the edge of his car and was like off on the shoulder, and was like outside, like with like jumping up and down, like waving, along with his car being there on the side of the road. And I almost went into that sinkhole with my car, because we were doing like 50 miles an hour at that point, and even slowing down, it was like you get down to 40 and it was still right in front of you, and like that would have been a total like kill the car. We probably would have gotten hurt. And it was just a random sinkhole that had just opened in the middle of nowhere. And Chris was telling me that stuff like that, when it happens on the non-toll roads, it could take it's not going to get fixed immediately. It could take a week. It could take 2 weeks. It might be 2 months. It's going to depend on when the local street department has time to get out there and take care of it. So that's why they tell you, be careful driving at night on the non-toll roads. But otherwise, the pothole situation is the same as I've seen it is everywhere. There are just certain places that don't put enough money into the infrastructure, and so the roads get tore up.
Well, I think it's a money pit here for sure. I mean, it's all the gravel and salt and crap from the wintertime that just corrodes the road again. And so, every spring and summer, you got to repair all the holes that were made from winter mitigation.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's like here they repaved one of the streets near our house with asphalt. They redid it with asphalt like 6 months ago during the summer. But there's one street, there's a cross street, and if I can say this, how do I say this? So there's a big hill that goes from like the church to the river, and where they just paved was the streets that go across the hill, not up and down, but across. So one of the sections where there's a street going from the top to the bottom crosses the new asphalted street, and there's been a broken drain pipe for like 3 months that no one's fixed, and so it's just constantly water is running down from top to bottom, crossing the new asphalt, and it's completely, in 6 months, there's like this rivet, this like little 4-inch deep river that has cut its way through the new asphalt that they just put, because no one wants to go fix the drain pipe. And it's like, you spend all this money, you spend $250,000 repaving the streets, and then within 6 months, one of them here is just full of potholes and a rivet going through the asphalt because you didn't bother to spend $15,000 fixing the broken pipes. It just made me laugh.
Yeah, water is the strongest of the elements for sure.
Metro says Kansas is terrible about potholes. Yes, it is. Kansas also used to be terrible about having the worst state patrol if you were on a road trip. I used to avoid Kansas like the plague when I used to do my road trips between Missouri and Colorado. I could make the same time by driving north up into Wyoming and cutting across west and then dipping back down into Colorado. It was faster for me to take that route than go through Kansas, because Kansas had at the time like a 65 mile an hour speed limit or a 60 mile an hour speed limit, and the state patrol was like, if you were 2 miles over, yeah, I got pulled over so many times in Kansas. My favorite was being like 17 or something. I had a little black Pontiac Fiero, and I got pulled over because one of my headlights was out, and I was barefoot driving my car, and I had my sandals were like in the passenger seat of the floorboard, the passenger side, and the state patrol who pulled me over was like, I was obviously for good reason. I had headlight out, so he was just pulling me over to give me a warning about my headlight. I wasn't speeding or anything. But then he started to be all a dick about the fact that I didn't have shoes on. He's like, well, you know, it's a state law that you're supposed to have shoes on when you're driving in the state of Kansas. And I was like, I don't live in the state of Kansas. I'm here going to a friend's house. You know, I live in Missouri, so I'm sorry. And he really wanted to give me a ticket for driving barefoot. I ended up weaseling my way out of it, but Kansas, man. Don't miss
You
that.
Dirty hippie.
Dirty hippie. Put your shoes on.
I'm gonna make up shit just off the top of my head because nobody can contradict me. State cop is the best.
Yep. I only got pulled over one time in Denver, and I deserved it. I think I was 18 at the time, and I was on my way to work, and I was late, and I was driving down from Greeley, and I'd already been on the road for like 2.5 hours, and I was working in Parker, I think is the name of the place. Parker, Colorado, which is like somewhere in the suburbs of Denver. And I got tagged doing 65 and a 45 and weaving in and out of traffic. And I deserved every bit of that ticket. I had to go to court for that one. Like, I had to go before the judge, pay a $250 fine. I learned a hefty lesson with that one. Thankfully, I got all out of my system. All it took was one accident. I only had to crash a vehicle once to learn to slow down. Oh, these guys are getting more coffee. I don't have any more coffee. Well, if Liart and Kel aren't making it today, we could do a call out and see if there's any Horde members to join. Yeah, I just drink local. We drink local stuff, Metro. There's a couple of brands like Blasson. They have a dark espresso roast that we drink a lot of the time, but then about maybe a third of the time there's a local grinder here in town who roasts and grinds. We'll occasionally buy there, but they're way too expensive, so we don't go in there very often. Because they want like $10 for a... I can't remember if it was I think it's like a half... Was it a full kilo? It might have been 1 kilogram for like $10, which is, you know, in the grand scope of things, not that expensive. But when you compare it to the other stuff we're drinking that's good, but doesn't cost that much. Alright, Capone, go get your new PC. Have fun.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back. Alright, well, I put that out in the guild chat. I'll probably do that in Discord in a minute if we don't get any takers from there. Hang on a second, I'll be right back.
And how are you this morning, Mr. Maduros?
How long you thinking, Rustbeard? Like when you say I'm running to get some coffee, are you running 10 minutes down the street, or? Because if you're quick, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna wait a couple minutes. I'm gonna take a bio, and then I'll be right back, and we will go do something.
Would that be a Conan Exile server?
It would. We are, well, it's Mel's birthday this week. It was on Thursday, so yeah, it's her favorite game ever. So I put all of her mods on there, and we've been building big castles. And then my son and I were up till like 3 hours ago last night, blitzing towards the high end part of the game so that we can raid the new PvE raid, which is pretty intense. So.
Oh wow, yeah.
I had to whip up like a fix in the INI files for. They did some weird combat changes, I guess, a couple months ago, which none of us like, so we reverted most of those on this end. But other than that,
Alright, I'm back. Yeah, I have nothing to do with that, guys. If there's a delay on YouTube versus Twitch, that's a them thing, not a me thing.
Oh no, I know it's local. I mean, you're always delayed a little bit between the two of them by like a second or two, but like you're back now on one screen and your chair's empty on the other. Like 20, 30, 40-second delay.
That's weird.
And that's after a refresh on both browser tabs. So, it's not you, it's local.
I think there's definitely something I need to consider is there are settings for latency. Because like Twitch, I noticed when I was streaming on Twitch the other day, like the Twitch interactions are nearly instantaneous. Like if you type something and I respond, you're responding, like anybody, you being you plural, people are responding like really quickly afterwards. And it feels like there's next to no downtime between the two. But when I go on YouTube, there's definitely that where there's some sort of delay, and I know there's 3 different tiers of settings, so I need to just figure out how to make the YouTube interactions real time along with Twitch. Thanks for the subscription, Bamboozler, coming in for the fourth month in a row on Twitch. Thank you so much for that. Matter of fact, I wonder if I could switch that on the fly, or is it something I'm going to only do? Stream settings. Yeah, I can't change it until, like, you have to be before you go live. I think. Oh no, hang on. Might be able to edit something here. No, I can't. I don't think I can change that. I think I have to set that before I start the streams. I don't know.
So Ren, give me a preview. What do we have left tonight in the raid? We have 3, right? We have
oh no,
Taylor Swift, Smolderon, and Farak.
No, there's more than that. We did 3 the first time. We did 2 the second time. So that's 5. We still have 4 more. So there's these 2, and then there's 2. Well, let me go look at the list. Tonight's going to be Nimue and Smolderon. I can't remember what the one is before Farak.
It's Tendril.
Tendril.
Flame Druid.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So there's, after we do these 2 tonight, it'll be those 2. It'll be that one, and Tendril, and then Farak. So I would anticipate we'll definitely be done by the end of March. And then we can start looking at cycling back through, and who knows what the next season's going to bring, because they said they were going to revisit the raids.
Well, that's the speculation, because I guess that's what they did during Shadowlands. The last season of Shadowlands was like the greatest hits. I don't know. I wasn't there.
Yeah, they did what's called faded raids, where they went back and they upgraded all the gear and the bosses in the first raid, which was Castle Nathria. Pretty much to give raiders something else to do, more gear and stuff.
For sure. But they could do like weekly time walking raids. I'm not saying they will, but I mean they could do all kinds of different things too. They wouldn't necessarily have to repeat the faded raids of Shadowlands. It's just we don't really, as far as I know, there's nothing but speculation so far. Hints.
Yep. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to put us in the raid finder. Thank you, Christina. I got my breakfast on the table. Oh, hang on. Do you guys?
Do we have a full group?
No, we don't. We have T-Tree's going to come heal for a couple, but no one's available at the moment to come bring guild tunes. I was checking to see if we had I have the wrong one clicked. I had random Battle for Azeroth dungeons. It's not what I want. Random classic dungeons. There we go. Alright, I'm
I'm looking forward to Tendril. I heard that's a really fun fight.
It's gonna be fun. Alright, I'm gonna mute myself for a few minutes while I munch on my breakfast here.
What brings you here?
Keep your eyes open. The stones speak of trouble.
Stuffer and Succotash.
Forces of the earth, give me strength! My body returns to the crawl.
Ah, you stumbled into our trap, Dr. Jones.
Hunters, arm your traps. I smell something.
Crystals speak to me. Today brings victory.
Alright, I'm back on headset now.
By Agamagon, I will end you!
Alright, Metro says if I were to get a horde in the realm, what level would you need to be to run with y'all? It doesn't matter because it scales. Because we were trying to stay together to do quests, and that kind of fell apart because everybody's like today, I mean, Kel's got to go help his wife, like that's totally normal. So we've just been running dungeons the last couple weekends. My objective was to get this character to 40 so that I could do all the race unlocks. So we're really only planning on doing this until I get to level 40. And level doesn't matter as far as dungeons because it scales. So as long as you're high enough to do the dungeons in Classic, you can join the group and it scales.
Agamagon is a really cool name for their god.
Mm-hmm.
Wake me. Spirits, guide my brain.
What is that? That is a much better axe. Is it two-handed? It's two-handed. No, those those heritage items only go to level 30. If I want to take them to 50, I have to upgrade them. And I'm not spending that kind of coin. Yeah, I don't know the level on that, to be honest with you, but somewhere you get that quest.
see you, interlopers. You tread on sacred ground.
Yeah, we do.
I be treading.
Insignificant wimps! What makes you think you can challenge me?
Nice. Do you guys have a preference for the last one? I can run one more.
Nah, pick. Or let the random do it either way.
Yeah, I'm gonna see which ones are available. Out of sheer curiosity. Specific dungeons. Cataclysm. Oh, we can do all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, I'm one of those weirdos that have discovered great records just because the track list on the back of the record had some cool ass names. So, yeah, pick something cool sounding.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you know what though? If I do that, I wonder if it'll take too long to find another person. We'll see. So it lets me pick Cataclysm stuff too. So I manually picked one. We'll see if that takes too long. Because I might just need to do regular normals. Because if you do Cataclysm specifically, it might be like, yeah, not enough players. I should check all of those things. Claw. No, it's a dagger. It's a one-hand axe. I would take the cloak. Maduros, that bone tusk great cloak. It's an upgrade because I can finally move out of my transmog gear. Thank you.
Yeah, you were right about these barbershop moonkins. This look is just rocking.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, man. What's up, cranky old
It's barbershop raga.
Barbershop, baby. Boo. Alright, that wave is a little ridiculous with the winged arms.
Look, Mom, breaking.
Cranky says he's off to tame a rare piggy in game. That's something I have not introduced my nephew to yet, is the fact that he can go train all sorts of animals with his hunter. I don't want the poor kid to have no life.
Oh my god, the kid is going to love it when he discovers that.
Yeah. They got all their bags and stuff set up 2 days ago, and he got him invited into the guild, so...
Sweet!
I think when we're finished up with Minecraft D&D, I think we're probably going to switch over and start playing those Minecraft characters on Friday nights. Because they prepaid for a 6-month subscription on both their accounts, so they're good to go. Alright, I'm going to leave this queue and just do a normal queue, because...
You mean start doing stuff with the two of them like you do in Minecraft?
Right, but in dungeons, in Warcraft, correct.
Oh, that's so cool. Awesome.
Random classic dungeon. Join his party. I think that's the plan, because I feel like we're probably halfway, if not a little more than halfway through that D&D Minecraft DLC, because it's not supposed to be that long for story-wise. We're pretty deep into Icewind Dale right now, so I feel like we're probably halfway there. Because they're already up to, like, I think they're in their mid-20s now already on their characters, pretty deep into Battle for Azeroth. They've been playing for a couple weeks now. So it says, you know, it says random. We did these same 2 dungeons last week, too. It doesn't feel very random when there's 30 dungeons to pick from. And it puts us in the same ones.
Yeah, random's kind of a funny word, isn't it?
Those are cool bearhead statues. Ooh, another quest. Do you have transmog? Nope, do you have XP?
Farewell. May the stars guide you.
Actually, I think we did a different wing of this last time. I could be mistaken here.
Could be there's 3.
Yeah, that's probably right. Nothing wrong with lurking.
This one we have to take out all these dudes around the crystals, and before we engage the first boss, we have to take out the wandering trees, because they'll come help.
Oh, that's right. They all come adding. So here's a good question for you guys. We will be level 40 soonish. Probably within March at some point. And my objective was only to get this guy to 40. But for the Saturday morning slots, would you guys be open to doing a couple days of Enshrouded, or you want to do more World of Warcraft stuff on Saturday mornings?
I'm
Just a
good
thought.
either way, but
Just a thought.
I'm like super hooked on the whole survival game loop right now. So a couple mornings of Enshrouded works great for me, but dungeons are fun too. So
Yeah, I'm game for either as well.
what do you think sells better?
Well, I just, from a pure enjoyment perspective, Enshrouded's not a bad thing, because it's good to go right now, and it gets us all in the mindset, because when Dune Awakening happens, I'm totally dragging some people there with me.
Well, I have lots of ideas and thoughts about Dune Awakening, given the last week that I've spent with Mel and Zach and Conan. So good stuff too. So I think
Nice.
Dune Awakening is going to be hot.
It's gonna be fun. No timed release, but it's gonna be this year at some point. I would assume a fall, because they're doing all the closed beta stuff right now.
I just hope and pray they commit to really supporting it.
Well, I don't know enough about, because I haven't played a lot of it, I do follow the Funcom account on social media, and they seem to do a pretty good, and I could be wrong on this, but I constantly see new stuff being promoted for Conan Exiles, like on their social media stuff. So, you know better than I do. I mean, do they do a good job of supporting that game?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's always like new fun stuff in the battle pass and all that kind of stuff. And they're doing like new seasons every 3 or 4 months. So they've got sorcery now and completely reworked combat, which is hit or miss. But they're good at supporting their games. It's just that sometimes it feels like when their heart stops being in it, boy, it just drops off a cliff, you know? That happened with Age of Conan, the first Conan MMO they did, and it happened with The Secret World, which was terrific until they changed it to
Legends.
Secret World Legends or whatever, yeah. It was super niche, so I know why they changed it, business reasons, but it's just unfortunate because it was very different and fun. But kind of like this game, I worry that they design the game beyond the scope of what their own developers can reasonably keep up with on their own characters, so they really don't have any idea at the high level, you know? And I think that's more to do with deadlines and crunch and how busy game studios can be.
Did Conan Exiles launch on multiple platforms when it launched, or was it only PC at launch and then they added others? Do you happen to know offhand?
This was 7 years ago, so if I remember correctly, it was PS4 and PC at first.
Because they are planning for a same-day multi-simultaneous release for Dune Awakening on all available platforms, as far as I'm aware. As long as crossplay exists, that's going to be the big thing. Which it should be. If they're putting the effort, I don't know that they've spoken to that, but if they're doing the effort of making it a simultaneous release, I would assume they're planning for crossplay.
I hope so. They've not done it with Conan Exiles yet. They're all
really
relegated to their own thing. So.
Oh.
And I haven't heard them say one way or the other, but that would be awesome. I'd be all for it.
Yeah, I cannot wait to see what's going to happen with Sea of Thieves now that it went multi-platform and it's bringing all the PS5 people into the fold. That's pretty exciting. Also for Grounded, but I don't play enough of Grounded to have it, mean that much per se. But I do play Sea of Thieves quite a bit, and that's pretty cool. More games need crossplay. Like that's the one thing that's like, and they did Baldur's Gate 3 as an example didn't have it, still doesn't have it, but their head of publishing just said on Twitter the other day that they're working on it actively right now because they want to get crossplay in for everybody, so that it doesn't matter if you play on PS5, Xbox, Series X, S, PC, you can play together with people across all platforms with Baldur's Gate 3. So I'd say by the summertime there'll probably be a big multiplayer crossplay patch for BG3.
That would rock. I think with competitive games too, it'd be really cool to have crossplay between both big consoles and PC, just so you could have like real console wars, but like positive and not just trash talk, you know?
Mm-hmm. All right, that float spell is freaking awesome. Well, I thank you for the float. Is that a group spell or is it single target only?
Single target only?
Single target only? Okay. Do we have to like bring the shield down before we can win that chamber?
Yep. Yeah, that's what these crystals are holding up. Shield.
Gotcha.
I think there's one more on the other side.
Oh, he's purty.
Hmm.
Can we keep it?
I'm gonna love him and hug him and squeeze him forever. Nice. I think we still need the prince for the quest.
He was the final boss, huh?
For the dungeon itself, yeah. I learned that the other day. Somebody was telling me that you don't have to kill all the bosses to like get credit for the queue. It's only like certain ones. Like this case, we still have the prince.
Never meant to cause you any sorrow. Oh, sorry, wrong prince.
Ooh, I got a ring.
Yeah, now to turn the quests in, the one that was upstairs, she'll give you a follow-up that'll have you come back here and loot this chest that's over here.
Okay.
So if we just right-click, teleport out, and then back in, and then we
Okay.
can turn in the ones at the front.
Okay.
Alrighty. Horsey!
I'm listening.
I think, wasn't that for the Warlock mount?
Huh. I didn't
I
have
think
a.
so.
Yes.
I didn't have a follow-up as an FYI.
You don't have one up above?
Oh, I see. There's a turn-in up ahead. Okay, never mind. I thought those were the turn-in. I thought we were getting a follow-up from the guys right behind us.
I need a target.
God, I miss all of my like
super speed abilities that I have on my monk. Like all slow, cloven hoofed. Thud, 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 thud.
I am honored. Asha Fela, goddess watch over.
Oh wow, it's gonna be a two-handed axe with a not a horrible graphic. Mommy.
That's levitation, Holmes.
Mr. Show Off with his leap. My cloven hooves don't hold me back. I think the one I really like is that I think it's the survivalist ranger hunter, which has the like chain thing where you can chain pull yourself to the mob. Every time I see that, it's just so cool looking. It's just like, oh, you're over there? Not a problem. Yoink! Hi there.
Grappling hook, yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that in Mortal Kombat too? Get over here.
In reverse, but yeah. Because that one pulls the mob to you.
Ah, right.
Here it pulls you to the mob. Nice. Got some pretty big upgrades that time through.
Anybody need that for transmog or anything?
Nah. Well, cool, guys. That's it for me. I gotta go get my ass kicked at basketball now.
That's good.
My wife says she's gonna kick my booty again.
Have fun, buddy.
Yeah, thanks. I think we'll probably do 1 or 2 more weekends because we're getting close to 40. And then I'll take a look at the calendar and then figure out what we're gonna do on Saturdays after that. But it'll probably just be more Enshrouded for the meantime until we get tired of that. I'll keep you guys posted. All right.
Sounds awesome.
Thanks, guys. Have a good Saturday. I'll catch you tonight for the raid.
Yeah, the
Yes.
other thing too, if we do Enshrouded on Saturdays as well, it's possible that some other people could join on Saturday rather than Sunday.
It's very true. Very, very true. I'll be make sure to can make announcements around that too to let everybody know. Cool.
Heck yeah, the more the merrier.
I'm happy for it. I have the server set for 16, so I think that's the max you can go. So, all right, guys. I'll see you tonight.
Guys, see you tonight.
Have a good
Yep,
day.
see you guys tonight.
All right, so now you got lip thinking. Thanks everybody. This was every Saturday we do something. Usually we've been doing the Torrens for like the past 6 weeks or so. We're about to wrap up this adventure, and it sounds like we're going to be moving on to Enshrouded, not just on Sunday afternoons, but also Saturday mornings for the foreseeable future until maybe Dune Awakening comes along or something, because we're having fun doing that. So there will be some. We have more slots. There's only 6 of us playing right now, so there's 10 more people could join us in Enshrouded if they want to. But I'll have an announcement about that coming up in the near future. In the meantime, let me get my volume back up. Leave instance group. I will be streaming again today, probably tonight. It'll probably be late afternoon, mid to late afternoon. Think 4 p.m. Central-ish, maybe, probably. Because it's 9 o'clock now. I'm going to go play basketball. We're going to go to the grocery store. We're going to come back, take showers, probably take a nap. And then after I'm napped and see what Chris wants to do for lunch, we might do a barbecue today. I don't know. And then I'll be back for a second stream today for sure. And we are multi-streaming again, YouTube and Twitch, so you can choose where you want to watch. Hopefully you'll watch in both places. Thanks to those of you who do. Thanks to those of you who are over on Twitch helping out to grow that, because we have pretty steady growth on YouTube, but I am targeting Twitch because I want to get that up. So thanks to those of you who are subscribing over there as well. Bamboozer did a resub today for 4 months in a row, so thanks very much. Thanks to those of you who are subscribing on YouTube as well. We're obviously doing big things on YouTube with the Sci-Fi Anthology. The latest excerpt went out yesterday. I'll probably do an update today or tomorrow for everybody. We're done with the 3 days of experiments, and I gave some very rough data to everybody about what went down for the last 3 days over on Twitch, but I'm going to dive into more of those details in the member video coming to YouTube soon, so stay tuned for that. And I did, oh, this is a fun one. Yesterday I spent about 3 hours and I got the first draft of our pitch deck done. So pitching is not my favorite thing to do. It's just time consuming. So when I was pitching for Stormhaven Studios, it took about 1.5 years to raise, the amount of money that we raised in 1.5 years was significant. But it was like 150 pitches, and out of those 150, getting 15 to 20 who said yes. So you just have to be willing to just pitch. So I got the pitch deck first draft done, sent off to my brother yesterday. So we're in the point now where we're actively getting ready to pitch our Weave and Void project to publishers to know whether or not are we publishing our point-and-click game through somebody, or are we doing it ourselves? Because the pitching process can take 6 months or more, and my brother's in the middle of doing stuff and moving and all this other stuff, so he's got, a gap in his time where we don't need to be actively working on things right now, so it's the perfect time to be pitching. And all the products are out the door, so that was yesterday. I'll probably do some behind-the-scenes stuff with that on the Patreon page. And now that's out of the way, I am starting to disassemble the outline from the Saga of Leucemia book 1 and book 2 and start to pull elements in, because I think I'm going to shoot for a 250,000 word first draft on that. I'll probably need to write some new chapters, at least some new scenes for sure, to bridge the gap between some of the things between the first book and the second book. That'll all be over the next 2 months over on the Patreon, so make sure to check all those things out. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon on YouTube. Follow along over on Twitch. Thanks to those of you who support both places, watching both places. Very cool. We are pursuing Twitch partnership right now, so I'm going to be promoting the shit out of all of that. As much as I would love people over on the Patreon, that's a side project. The Twitch thing, though, is a big deal. I want to get Twitch partner this year, and that means we got to bump our Twitch numbers up. So I'm going to be beg-barring and pleading and telling everybody, get your asses over there. Watching both places, YouTube and Twitch, because we got to get... I need 75 viewers concurrent. We haven't gotten that high yet. I've been getting 35 concurrent the last couple of weeks between like YouTube and Twitch multi-streaming, but we got to see if we can't balance that out to where we've got 35 on both platforms. It's gonna be good. Thanks everybody. Short-term goals, long-term plans. See you tonight in the raid for those of you who are coming. Everybody else will see you tomorrow morning. No, tomorrow noon for Enshrouded, and later today for some more World of Warcraft or something. I might actually stream some I'll probably stream more Warcraft tonight, because I'll probably just do Warcraft right up to the raid, and then I'll stop streaming and go to the raid. That's probably what we'll do. But I might stream something else this afternoon. I don't know yet, because I'm doing Deadfire right now. I'm also doing Rogue Trader. I'm doing Outer Worlds.